Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm here with the president of Golden Boy Promotions, Eric Gomez. How you doing, Eric?
Good, all good.
Yeah, nice to finally meet you.
Thank you, likewise.
Absolutely, man. So look, we got a very interesting show on Saturday. Just talk to me about the show. Like, you got Gilberto Ramirez taking on a veteran puncher like Yunieski Gonzalez. Like, how you feeling about these matchups?
Yeah, it's a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. It's a competitive fight. It's a dangerous fight. You know, Yunieski's a big puncher, big puncher. So it's going to be interesting to see how Zurdo fights him, if he can keep him away, if he can stop him. But both guys have, knockout power, so it's going to make for a very interesting fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Another veteran fighter for Gilberto. I know he fought Barrera last time. People are kind of sleeping on Zurdo. You know, he was the first Mexican to win the super middleweight title. He hasn't been able to get those big fights to really push him over the top. How do you feel about, making that Bivol fight next? Because that's a fight that I know people want to see.
That's the fight, man. You know what? That's the fight that he wants, and that's the fight that the fans want to see. He's the champion. He's the top dog at 175. That's what he wants, and that's what I love about Zurdo. You know, he's willing to fight the big fights. He's not afraid to fight the big fights. Those are dangerous fights, but you know what? To be the best, you gotta beat the best.
Yeah. What do you think makes Gilberto a special fighter? Because I'm sure you guys rate him highly.
He's got a good jab. He's a southpaw, which is always difficult to face. He's got a good jab, but he's also a very, very talented counterpuncher. Mm-hmm. That's what people underestimate.
Yeah. How do you think he would match up with like a Canelo Alvarez? Because I know it's a big fight.
He'll give Canelo a run for his money.
Yeah.
I mean, Canelo's, at a different level, but I think that, Zurdo's a fight or two away from being able to compete. He'll give him a great fight.
Yeah, because he seems to have those physical attributes that you look for a guy that could potentially dethrone a Canelo,
Yeah. He's tall, he's lanky, he's got good hand speed, very good jab, good counter puncher. It would be a great fight.
Yeah, absolutely. You got one of the best pound-for-pound women's fighters in Seniesa Estrada. How do you guys feel about her? Because I know this is her like seventh fight with you, seventh or eighth?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, I've said this all along when it comes to Seniesa. She really is one of the best fighters in the world. Forget about women's fighting, period. Fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, just her style, the footwork she has, the hand speed, the combinations. I mean, she really is very, very talented, and she's special.
Yeah. How do you guys plan to make her like a bigger star? Because I know that's always an ongoing challenge in women's boxing, making these girls stars.
Just keep putting her on. Just keep putting her on, right? For this fight here, she'll get a lot of attention. It's a co-feature underneath Zurdo. So, we just keep putting her on. And every time we put her on, we're getting the response. She's getting more fans, more followers. So, she does it herself in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any fights on the undercard, aside from the main event and co? Are there any that you look at and you say, man, that's going to be the fight of the night? Like
Marlen's fight's going to be a good fight. It's a tough fight. Marlen, as you know, she's a world champion now as well. She's defending her title, so that's going to be a good fight. But also Lamont Roach and René Alvarado. That's going to be a hell of a fight. I mean, if you've ever watched René Alvarado, he's relentless. He just keeps coming. He throws a lot of punches. You can't just, you can't take a breather when you're fighting René Alvarado. So that's going to be a special fight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. With you being in such a big position at Golden Boy, I figure you'd be the guy to ask this question to. You guys got a really talented middleweight fighter, Jaime Munguia. Very exciting to watch. He's been #1 ranked in the WBO for a long time.
Yeah.
Would you guys consider making a Demetrius Andrade fight next year?
Yeah, that's one of the fights we're considering. There's a couple of other possibilities as well, fighting Charlo.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people are not running to fight him. There's a reason for it, because he's dangerous. So we're looking at all the champions.
Munguia or Andrade?
Munguia, yeah. A lot of people are, they're not running to fight him.
Yeah.
So we have to create the opportunities, and we're working on that now.
Okay, because I know I've spoken to people on Andrade's team, and they voiced to me a lot of displeasure about how Munguia has been ranked there for about a year and a half, 2 years, #1, and there seems to be no urgency to make the fight happen. What would you say to that?
You know what? I mean, make us an offer.
Yeah.
If the money's right, make us an offer. He's willing to fight anybody.
So there haven't been any offers from them?
There hasn't been any offers whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think about that fight stylistically, Andrade versus Munguia?
He'll give any of the champions a good fight. He'll give any of the champions. I mean, Andrade's a counter puncher. He's a very good boxer. He had a really good showing in the last fight against Quigley, our guy.
Yeah.
He looked a little more aggressive. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a pick'em fight.
It's a pick'em fight. It's one of those fights where you get a guy who's a crafty counter puncher versus the seek and destroy Mexican style. It's kind of the same reason I want to see the Bivol Ramirez fight, because it's a great style matchup.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric, being with your position in Golden Boy, like, what led you to this point? Like I want to know kind of like who's Eric Gomez, the man.
I started from the bottom. When I first started at Golden Boy, I was a matchmaker, but I did a lot of things. I was a driver for the company. There's just 3 of us in the company, and I was a driver. I did hotel reservations. I did travel as well.
So you wore a lot of hats.
I've done everything, and just worked my way up.
Yeah. You kind of had to earn your stripes, as they say.
Earn my stripes, and there's only way of doing it. You have to put in the time. You have to be put in different situations. There's a lot of experience to be learned from doing all those jobs. Yeah. So you name it, whatever it was, I did it.
What made you love boxing?
Just growing up, I guess, in my household, as far back as I can remember being a little boy, boxing was always, a big sport in my household. My parents liked boxing, my brothers and sisters. It's just something that traditionally, I don't know if it's a Mexican thing, because Mexico has a rich history in boxing, but I think that has a lot to do with it. But my parents, introduced me to the sport, and it's just always, like growing up, you knew who Muhammad Ali was, you knew who Sugar Ray Leonard was, all the big names. Whenever there was a big fight, it was an event. Yeah,
kind of family get together,
Exactly.
Yeah. Another fight I wanted to ask you about with Golden Boy is he hasn't fought in a while. What's going on with Rashidi Ellis, man? Like,
we actually there's a couple of fights that were offered. He wasn't ready to fight, but we're actually working on something now for early next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like a ranked opponent? Is it? I know you probably can't say who it is.
We don't have an opponent yet, but we have a couple of dates and we're talking to them about.
Okay, Eric. Well, listen, Eric, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but any message you want to give to the boxing world about?
Just thank you for the support. Wishing everybody a healthy holiday season. COVID's not going away anytime soon, so I wish everybody well, and thank you for supporting boxing. Thank you for supporting Golden Boy.
Absolutely. Eric Gomez, thank you for talking to True School Sports.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.